So Stephen Emory, wow, the Colorado Rapids. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you'd be playing for a professional team as you were growing up playing soccer?
I mean, that was always the dream. I mean, as every little kid plays soccer and grows up, that's what they strive for, and my dreams come true, and I couldn't be happier.
So talk about, how did you hear that you had an opportunity? Did you get a phone call? How did that all come about?
Yeah, Brian Crookham actually got a hold of me and said that they have a combine and they wanted me to come out, and I came out and they kept me, one of two, and then I went on trial and went to preseason with them, and they offered me a contract. So
talk about, you were on the academy team before, I believe, Metro in 2007.
Yep.
And so how does that kind of help you prepare, and how different is that compared to what you're doing now?
With the academy, I mean, it helps to be in the system with the Rapids and know what they're about before you come into, a trialist situation. So that was always nice.
All right, so we know, talk about what goes involved in this process. We know you were in practice for a while doing two-a-days, and what do you go through those two-a-days, and and you did some preseason games as well. So how does all of that contribute to you getting a contract?
We have 2 days for 2 months, and they're looking at you every day, what you do, how you work, how you fit in with the team, and you just got to work real hard and produce for them what they want. And in the games out in Arizona, they were looking at me. They put me in there in those situations against LA and Columbus, and I guess they liked what they saw, and that helped out.
Well, talk about that. You had a couple goals. Talk about that first goal. Do you remember the goal? I'm sure you do. Just kind of take me through it, and how big were your eyes when you found that you actually put one in the back of net past an MLS goalkeeper?
The first one against Columbus, it was a cross from Omar, and I was in the box and got in between two center backs and just got my foot on the end of it, just the right spot, right time, and that felt great. And then, playing against a team like LA with some big names on it, stepping in there is pretty exciting, and I just got a through ball and took it one time, and it placed it in the back of the net, and it felt good.
Wow, that's just incredible. And what's the speed of the game? Coming from college, I know some people go from college and go through a different route, but you're going from college to a pro MLS team. How much is the speed different? Is it that big of a difference from you?
Yeah, it's a lot faster because, it's like the best players from college make it pro, so everything's fast, everybody's big, fast, strong, so it's a big transition.
And we know you play ahead of you a couple of great center midfielders. How much do you get to learn from him, and how exciting is that to talk to maybe some of the guys you just watched on TV and hoping to be in their position?
Yeah, it's exciting. I couldn't ask for two better role models to have ahead of me, and I just watch them every day, watch their movements, and learn every day from them.
And so how did you hear about the contract, and how excited were you? Did you think you had a shot?
You never know if you have a shot. You always just play your best and hope for it. And the last day out in Arizona, they met with each trialist individually and told us if they were going to keep us or not, and they offered me a contract, and I was ecstatic.
So, how great is that? You grew up in Fort Collins, or you went to Fort Collins High School, and then you got to stay in Metro. You didn't have to go very far. Now you get to stay in Colorado, even a step further. That's got to be great.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Now my friends and family can come to the games, and it's everything I dreamed of.
So how do you try not to stay complacent? You were such a great player in college. You were hands above everybody else, and now you kind of take a step back and realize that everybody's ahead of you. It's been pretty much better than you. So how does that humble you, and does that just make you work harder?
Yeah, it's very humbling. I just have to work that much harder to get better, and I know I'm a rookie, so I have my place on the team, and I just have to continue to work hard and improve myself.
Fantastic. And we know you wore 8 in college. You wore 35 for a while. Now you're wearing number 13. What's that? Are you nervous? Lucky 13, unlucky 13. Is that any bad luck that you think might come with you?
No, I'm just happy to have a number, have my place on the roster, so take what they can give me.
And last question, just talking about playing for Metro State and the years you were there with them and learning your craft and getting better, and how much did that help in coming to this great Colorado Rapids team?
I feel like college is a big part of it's the stepping stone to go pro, and it just gets you ready for that next level with the physicality of it and the speed of play, and I think it definitely helped.
Coach Parsons or Coach Smith, which one do you prefer?
I like them both. They've both helped me out.
What's different between them?
I've known Ken for 4 years, so on a more personal level, I know him. I'm just getting to know Gary, but I like his coaching style, and coaching staff couldn't be better here.
Coach, What did you know about Stephen Emory before you got here? Did you have any reputation? I know he played for the Rapids team, and I was a little bit before your team and the academy team. What was your thoughts, or what did you know about him before you got here?
Not an awful lot, really. I saw Stephen in the tryout combine that we had. One or two of the guys on the technical staff had seen him prior to that, but more importantly, his form within that tryout was over and above plenty of the other guys that were out there, and he stood out. And that standout performance in that couple of days gave him the opportunity to move forward and join the senior group.
So we'll just talk about some of the preseason games. We know he scored a couple goals and assists. What have you seen as he got in here? What is some of the strengths that you've seen from him?
Well, from the point at which he came in, first and foremost, he settled into the senior group very well, and that's not easy to do when you've come from, a level that's considerably lower than where we're playing. So he settles in nicely. He shows good form. His individual techniques and his quality on the ball were there to see. But I think when we went to Arizona, the match play, which is always the really the deciding factor as to where the individual's going. He played against or played part of a game against two very good MLS teams in Columbus and LA, scored and assisted in another goal, and made a very nice impact on the game. And I think I said somewhere before, it's the epitome of an individual who's been given a little bit of an opening and an opportunity, and he's grabbed it with both hands. I mean, his general play has warranted what has been offered right now, which is a contract with a club.
So, what are some of those struggles that young guys like Stemi coming right from the college, not really experienced with other club teams? What are some of the struggles that they usually come up with when they first get here?
Well, I think there can be the tendency just to get a little bit edgy and not show what they're about fully because of the quality of players and the environment that they're working in. The speed of the game can be very difficult for guys coming from a lower level. You're playing with international players, and it's not easy to find your place within that group and show what you're about. Of course, the guys already here are physically more capable and more equipped, and to be able to fit in and again, find your footing, make an impact. It's not easy. So for Stephen to be able to do all of those things and to go and score goals and create goals he's really special.
All right, and just talk about him. He's got some big guys in front of him that play the same position, sitter midi. He's got some really good guys to learn from. How does that help his progression?
Well, it's one of the most competitive areas of the field. That centre midfield area in any team, there's a lot of qualities that you need. Not just the talent on the ball. You've got to be able to compete off of it. And athletically, there's a lot of ground to cover. Stephen has, pretty much all of those qualities in his game. He does have to focus a little more on the defensive side. I'm not sure he's been asked to do an awful lot of that in the college game. So, those areas as we move forward are going to be important to his progression. But at this point, he's thoroughly deserved his contract. We hope, all of the technical staff hope that, the positive football that we've seen from him is going to be standing in good stead as we work with him in the near future.